What's going on, Excel fanatics? Verdexes here. Today I'm going to show you guys how to use goal seek. So essentially what goal seek does is, if you think of it like algebra, so I have this sample here, it'll actually solve x for you. That's just bottom line what it is, right? So 5 plus 3x equals 15, and we're going to have goal seek find x for us. So what you need to do, so I kind of wanted to show you what the equation looked like, and I kind of broke it down here. So the answer here, right, the model right now is set up where it's actually it's mimicking what you see up here, where it's saying 5b3 plus b5, which is 3, times b6. So b6 is blank, but I'm having that equal x. And then in here would be the answer. So ideally we want this answer to equal 15, right? Because once we have a value in, right, so if I just make up if I just write 2 in here, it'll update, right? If I'm saying x equals 2, then it'll give me 11, but we know that's not what x is. We want x, that's not correct because the answer needs to be 15. So what do? We'll go over to the data tab up top, and then there's a section right next to the data tools. There's a section called the what if analysis. So we're going to click that, and there's 3 sections here. So this one called goal seek, this is the one we just talked about, right? And what we want to do is we want to set the cell, and the value, these two, is actually going to be B8 here, right? Because this is what we want our answer to be. So we want it to change, we want the answer to be 15. So it's using the answer cell that we just said, like this has to equal 15. So that's what these two represent. And then by changing the cell, so the cell B6, so just as I showed you before, if I typed in 2, you know, if we put in a number in there, that's that'll affect the value of B8. So what this is going to do, because it's detecting that there's a formula in there, and it's going to back it out, and then it's going to give us the actual number of what x is in order to make B8 equal 15. So I'm going to press OK. So you see this updates target value and current value of 15. And you see that x, this value here in B6 updates to 3.333333. So here's what we'll do. Press OK. So let's just double check our work, right? The formula is already there. It's already proving it. But let's just double check, right? So if we do equals 5 plus 3 times, we'll just select the cell B6, equals 15. So that's just bottom line. That's just, you know, a really easy way to use it. At least in my opinion, I thought that kind of helped dumb it down. I was looking at and through the Microsoft site, there's a kind of a tutorial using loans and financing, which is it's a little more advanced. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a part 2 to this, and I'm just going to kind of walk through their instructions. But you should definitely make sure you use this and maybe practice this yourself before starting that video. But I think this was otherwise a good introduction to it if you're not familiar with goal seek especially. So I'm going to leave it maybe about here so I can continue the part 2. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, especially if you liked the video. But I will see you in part 2 for this.